fun.
Mark, you're introducing a lot of new technology, social media and so forth in the Spark. What does that say about the future of GM and how they're going to be connecting to the customer, younger customer maybe?
Well, I think, rather than coming out with press releases and all of the things, to talk about what we're doing, we'd rather show people what we're doing. And we've got things from, the bring your own media that you see in the Spark, which is replicating, your digital life in the car, to Q systems in Cadillacs, and then everything in between. So we've really tailored the needs and the things that we know our customers in these different segments want, and the price points that they'll pay for it. And so that's the strategy, is listening to our customers. So that's what we've done, and I think, again, rather than making a lot of hoopla around that, you're going to see that in every car that we introduce. You're going to see a very deep technological approach to the customer and the segment in the car.
Will there be profit there for GM if you're selling them at $25,000?
Yes, I think there will be.
Okay.
And we're going to see, because this is a little bit of an experiment for us, just like the original Spark was, the gas-powered one, because we haven't really sold a car this size since probably EV1 in the 90 time frame there. So it's an A-segment car. There's no history in the U.S. market for this type of a car. The Spark we have a hard time keeping it in stock, so that's a great sign. And so the electrical piece of this, added to it in a market like Los Angeles and Oregon, this is the heart of it, right? This is the acceptability, this is the culture of sustainment. All of those things are here, so we're pretty excited about it. It's fun.
What sets it apart the most? Is it the price point under the $25,000 price tag, or what?
I think there's 3 or 4 things that Pam went over as well. 400 foot-pounds of torque. This is a blast to drive, okay?
Right.
Number one. Number two, you can carry people. The package, I don't know if you've sat in the car, but the package for someone, I'm 6'2", I can sit in the back seat of this very comfortably, but it's not a big van, or it's not something like that. So the cost of the battery pack and the range will be very, very good, because it's not that size. And so therefore the price point is quite different than, some of the really expensive electric cars or some of the mid-range cars, and the range can be much better. So, I think the charging time, the recovery time she went over, is quite different than anything else in the market. So I think there's 4 or 5 things why people would take a look at this, and I think that's what we're after. Yeah, the screens too, 2 big 7-inch screens in there with great human interface that replicates your phone, basically, is pretty neat. So.
You have a maximum MSRP beyond the incentive?
No, we have not announced formal pricing on it yet, because we're not quite done, but it'll be, the car will be basically, there won't be, a huge, a set of options and range of price. The car will come well equipped, and it'll be under 25, so that's what we're targeting.
I mentioned a younger buyer, but who is your market for this vehicle?
That's a really good question, because if you look at the Spark market, it's people with the money that want a new car. And it's all age groups, and this is not singular focused, nor has it been marketed that way. This is a really good car for the money, and there's people that would have bought used cars, will now buy a new car. There's all of that. So this is a very interesting experiment.